It's incredible how I was watching this video show, very popular here in the United States, where this couple actually has an income of $235,000 a year, and they owe more than $68,000 in credit card debt and in student loans. So can you imagine earning more than $235,000 a year, which is about $20,000 a month? And it's hard to think because I came into the US with $127 in my pocket. And it's incredible to see people in debt with a salary of over $230,000 a year. So in this video, I would like to show you how people are doing things completely wrong and how you can actually turn your future into having a successful life so you can reach financial freedom. I wanted to make this video today because I cannot understand how people can be so in debt with a great salary. I understand if you don't make that much money, that could be the possibility that you can go into debt and if you're paying high bills. But if you have a really good income, you should be able to pay your debts or at least not going into debt. But the biggest problem is that most people, they just try to increase their lifestyle every time they get a pay raise. And this is very common here in the United States. I visited more than 20 countries in the past 10 years, and I've met many people that live with $10 a day, $20 a day, $30 a day. But I also know people that were making $30 a day, and all of a sudden they got a better paying job and they're making $100 a day, and they continue to live the same way as when they're making a lot less. So this couple that I was talking about in the beginning of the video, they're making $235,000 a year, which is $20,000 a month or $5,000 a week. This is really good amount of money, but they have $100,000 or more in student loans. And they owe more than $68,000 in credit card debt. $235,000 a year, not enough that you have to go into credit card debt. Most likely they are trying to pretend with their neighbors or trying to keep up with the Joneses. And this is the biggest problem that most people have, especially those who have high earned incomes. And this is due to the increase of their lifestyle. So every time they start making more, they don't want to fly anymore in a commercial airplane. They just want to fly first class, or they want to fly in a private jet. And when you fly in a private jet, you don't want to go back to the other way of flying, for example. Or you want to stay only in 5-star hotels. And this is the reason why so many people in the world are living paycheck to paycheck. They are always waiting their next paycheck because they run out of money every single time. Did you know that more than 80% of the people are going to be living on whatever the government wants to give them on Social Security? Many people in the US cannot even pay a bill or an emergency of $1,000. And this is incredible, especially on high earners. So if you want to keep the most valuable piece from this video is, it is not about how much money you make, but instead is how much money you get to keep. So to end this video, I would like to bring this advice for you that will help you reach financial freedom and to have a great future for you and your family. So as a number one is, doesn't matter what is your income, you need to create a budget. You need to have a list of how much you make, what are your fixed expenses, and what are your variable expenses. For example, rent, you know that that's going to be fixed. Every single month you have to pay rent or you have to pay your mortgage. But the money that you spend with your friends or when you go out to eat, that money is a variable expense. As a number two, you need to get rid of those expenses that you do not need. Some memberships that you don't use or you don't need. And there are so many expenses that when you make that list of the budget, you're going to find some items that you didn't even know you're spending money on. Number three, and one of the most important, you need to increase your income. What are you doing with that extra time that you have in your hands? What are you doing with those skills that you have that you are not sharing with anybody else? You could be making a lot of extra money. So my challenge to you is that next year, I want you to be making 40% more of your salary that you have right now. Do you take that challenge? Can you make that happen? And what do you need to do to get there? Step number 4 is pay yourself first. We all have a lot of expenses, but if we pay ourselves and our future self first, you're going to advance a lot faster with the discipline that you need. So if you decide that you're going to invest 10% of your salary, pay yourself first and then use the rest of the money to pay everything else that you need to make payments on every single month. And the last step, and something that you see in my channel a lot, is you need to invest for your future. Only saving is not enough. Your money needs to grow. You need to put your money to work for you instead of working just for money. The idea is that you can make this money work for you to pay for all your expenses, or at least you can have that money to complement your social security for retirement and have a better life for you and your family. So I hope you found a lot of value on this video because I want you to have financial success. Because my goal is that you become one of the 10% of the people that are not pretending on Instagram or showing their new car to their neighbors. My goal is for you to become one of the millionaires in this world. And I know that with the right moves, you are going to accomplish it. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please consider to subscribe and don't forget that the best is yet to come.